Okay, my friends, you're going to find this hard to believe, but it is true. Astronomical Historic 2022. What did NASA learn this year? This is from SciTech Daily. Now, this is the picture they are showing of the globe, and they are pointing to the fact that they're coming up with all kinds of great information so that they can make decisions needed to respond to climate change. Well, let's see about what they do know about our reason for these climate changes. Okay, here's what they're going to tell you why we are warming up. We have heat trapping gases. They hold the heat in. They won't let it go away. It'd just normally go away. No, it wouldn't. It's being forced into us because of the particles in space that they don't even recognize. Okay, so what does NASA know about our solar system? Well, this is the way our sun travels around the galaxy, and we are pulled by the sun and spin around it due to our pull of gravity by the solar system. Now, there is the galaxy. So we are on one of these arms being pulled forward, spinning around, scrubbing everything in front. You see these interference patterns lines? Anywhere where there's push to shove, there's going to be glow. We are being pushed and shoved on our atmospheric edges right here. This is what is happening and why we are heating up. The particles that are in space, which is not empty, are scrubbing against our particles, causing this atmosphere out here, which is called the thermosphere, ionosphere area, to be thousands, about 3,000 degrees way out there. Nobody has an explanation for this whatsoever. The same thing with the sun. Sun is 10,000 on the surface and millions out where it scrubs the atmosphere. This is the problem, and they don't realize it. I'm serious. They do not realize that it's the scrub that's causing the heat. Okay, this is from Fermilab, and they show the particles we found. Plus, they agree that space is loaded. Empty space isn't empty. It's completely packed with these particles they call quantum foam. Well, let me show you what those particles are. Okay, you saw those particles. There they are right there. Fermilab sees them in their colliders in a bunch of debris. We see them in our collider using photons, not using protons. They get smashed little bits and pieces everywhere. We are actually watching the particles develop. And then we actually see them divide, creating sterile muons and electron showers. Precisely what they say. This is a Dirac neutrino, muon and electron neutrino attached together. When they collide, and in our collider, which is a separator, it's a restriction zone, which only allows the white through, and the blacks have to go around. That creates a muon and electron shower. That is the ultimate in fission and fusion. It's cold. We added nothing to create fission, and we added nothing to create the fusion. It happened all by itself because of this restriction. This is a failure to communicate by Fermilab, CERN, Brookhaven. Every one of them has refused to engage with me, and I have the evidence to support the truth. So what have I shown you? We're scrubbing through the universe, just scrubbing whatever's in front of us, tightening up into a ball, which will eventually create a black hole in the center, gathering all of these particles together. We are nothing more than a black hole, the Earth. It's pulling all the particles down to the Earth, which is electrons. They want to be attached to Earth ground, and I'll show you why in a second. This is what is spewing out of our sun. This is the hot zones right here. You see that? It's spinning this way. That's the concussion zone, which makes a magnetic field around itself. There's another concussion zone, makes a magnetic field around itself, and another one. As it spins this way, moving that way through space. These are the poles. This is the trailing edge. This is the concussion zone. The reason they separate like this is because they create a field around themselves. You can see it. These particles are going off into space and will arrive at Earth momentarily. See this? This is their explanation for the corona being sizzling hot. It's tiny nano flares, whatever that's supposed to mean. It is not that. It is the scrub of the particles trying to leave, hitting the particles crushing against them. Okay, let's just take a quick look at it. Very simple. The sun is emitting particles. They interact with our atmosphere, causing it to glow and heat up, and that's why it gets so hot at that zone right out here, the thermosphere, extremely hot, the exosphere. And then out here it's just very, very cold because they are so dispersed. But because we're scrubbing into them as they come at us. Now, why are we getting hotter? Because the air in our atmosphere is expanding. Yes, it's because of combustion, no question. It just means we're scrubbing harder and harder, as it's like a balloon getting hard instead of soft and sort of scrubbing around. And the turmoil and the rain and the storms and the hurricanes and the tornadoes, they happen, but they're not too bad. Now it's hard. It's scrubbing like hell around here. We're just burning up.